CW. I commend you for your exceptional effort explaining Scientology. I have found your videos invaluable and extremely informing. You mentioned that you were a shy teenager who needed a little help relating or communicating with the females in your peer group at the time. After you joined the staff at Scientology and then later the Sea Org, were you able to pursue relationships with females with your newfound communication skills? It seems to me from your story that you learned how to manage shyness only to be completely shut off from pursuing the very thing you had gone to Scientology to help you with. That's a very good observation because that is exactly what happened. The Scientology communications course that I took and the work that I did in Scientology did help me overcome a lot of my shyness and introversion, as a teenager. I mean, all teenage boys have that to some degree or another. And something usually helps them out of it. In my case, it was Scientology, right? But joining staff, and working all the time and doing the things that I did for Scientology left me with very little to no social life. And so I had a very hard time for a number of years trying to, meet new and exciting and interesting women, because all I really had to go off of was the very small group of Scientologists in Santa Barbara. And there were not a lot of people my age, and the ones who were, I just didn't, anyway, I had a lot of difficulties with that. So good times there. And I think that actually might be a little bit of a good analogy of how Scientology kind of works, is it brings you in and you think you're gaining all this wonderful skill and ability, and your life is so much better and everything is so much more wonderful. And then they wrangle you in to start working for them and contribute your whole life to it. And then suddenly you find that, hey, wait a minute, this isn't really that great. This isn't really what I thought it was going to be. But you just hold on to those promises and hopes, and you keep going. So I'd say I've gotten a lot more of the gains that Scientology promised me after I left Scientology than I ever did while I was in Scientology. And that's another reason why I say that I think there's no good reason to do Scientology, because you can get all those gains and benefits by doing other things in life and just living your life, and going through the ups and downs of it, and learning all kinds of things. Read lots of different books by lots of different philosophers, and have lots of different conversations with people, and just learn what you need to learn, and make your own life better. And don't put it on some guru or some authoritarian figure or somebody else to tell you how to live your life. Because having come through 27 years of that, and now being at 3 years out of Scientology now, I've had more personal growth and more spiritual development, or whatever you want to call it, and more improvement in my morale and my outlook on life since I left that group behind me than I ever did in all those years that I was in. So that's my take on it, and that's why I recommend to other people that they just stay the hell away from Scientology, because it doesn't have the answers you're looking for. It's not a system that is a positive, good thing for your life. It's not. The cons far outweigh the pros, and that's what I have to say about that.